This is the heartwarming story of an extraordinary friendship between a giant dog named Drax and a little child, who he lovingly cares for. When people first see Drax, they often think we've brought a giant gorilla into our home. Yes, his size is impressive, but he is the gentlest giant who knows exactly how to be tender and kind. Whenever there's a noise, you'll find them sitting side by side, quietly observing the world around them, their enchanted gazes directed out the window. It's a sight you could never forget. We brought Drax home when he was just 8 weeks old, and shortly after, we discovered we were expecting a baby. From the moment my belly started to grow, Drax was there by my side, lying close, even gently resting his head on my stomach. His softness and delicate nature were an incredible gift to me. Early on, we understood how important socialization would be for Drax, especially considering his future size. We watched as he kept a watchful yet gentle eye on both me and our son, always maintaining a respectful distance but staying closely attuned to every movement. When our son got his own little play area, Drax was never far behind, often sitting nearby, watching his little friend with admiration. One day, when we tried to help our son roll over, Drax rolled over right beside him, almost as though he was showing him how it's done. And whenever our son bounced in his jumper, Drax would lay protectively at his feet. They became inseparable, like two magnets constantly drawn to each other. By the time our son turned 1, Drax had grown to his full size, weighing around 125 lbs. Perhaps it was his big, gentle friend that inspired our son to take his first steps. He simply didn't want to fall behind his pup. Despite his size, Drax often forgets that he's a giant and still thinks of himself as a small lapdog. For our son's birthday, we got him a little ball pit, and every time he's in it, Drax somehow appears beside him. Many of the balls end up squished, but that little play area has become their shared delight. Now, Drax and our son aren't just playmates, they are growing up together, bringing out the best in each other. This year, our son truly understood who Santa Claus was, but I'm sure Drax was an even bigger fan of Santa and Mrs. Claus than he was. Drax has completely transformed my perception of dogs, showing just how kind, loving, and protective they can be. This friendship is a little miracle that fills my heart with joy every day as I watch them grow side by side, constantly making each other better. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story of Drax and his little friend, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're considering getting an exotic pet, be sure to consult professionals first and do thorough research on their care. That's the only way to ensure your pet has a happy, healthy life.